badul ngal konto amamo kumpa fondinkewol wilta iko ilafta famille man sakunda man so iko pamit o pamit sotobalia itelbe protestant ibe sirindame inara fitip inyapide kan kabiro lo fobi e man sonne bella ibe bonna police station from one police station to another excuse me sign protesting pele is getting out of hands, like it's growing because Gambian in Safuno ko baratal. This colonial law, colonial era law has still been in place. Barrow doesn't want to listen. This law, so, and I'm sure he too will lose his job because of this law. Okay, so that is the thing. We got in reports that one of the guys, he was malhandled by the PI officers at Paramatale. That is one thing. And we understand some youth leaders also want to negotiate with these protesters. So, but they still could not make a headway because the issue here is, this is simple. Release all of them unconditionally. Go ahead and release all those who benefited or all those who bought Jammeh's assets. From there, when there is after public scrutiny, they can see who to take to court and prosecute. This is very simple. This is what Gambians want. Mola Molgula. Release or publish, make it public so that everybody can have access to it. Once that is done, if those who acquire this ill-gotten wealth illegally should also face some consequences, because the reason why the commission was set up, because Jammeh Abarakata, he cannot acquire this thing as the head of state. The reason why he forfeited that compound in America, because when they look at his income as head of state of the Gambia at the time, there is no way that Jammeh can buy that property in a legal way. So that was one of the main reasons why, the U.S. government decided that this thing must be forfeited to the state. So Barrow do Mamme understand, and before I know other people join Juka, Tukulor, and others, but our brothers from Ghana, Nigeria, and Senegal, we know you are in the country providing security. Nigerians are at the seaport, Ghanaians are at the seaport, Nigerians are at the airport, and we have Senegalese who are in charge of the president's detail. We are asking you, this is our issue. Because there is one going on in Brikama, one in Westfield, and one in Seattle. And we know this man cannot stand this thing. He would like to deploy you. We are asking you to stay out of our internal problem. Nigerian forces, Ghanaian forces, Senegalese forces. Because we know you're supposed not to be in Gambia by now. So we just want to make this thing clear. This is an internal matter. Don't interfere in our internal matter. So that is it. Tukulor.
If anybody's on the thread, can they please tag Juka and Mam Lisa?
Yeah, I think I saw Juka and Mam Lisa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Omar, go ahead.
Yeah, so to come, we have seen this thing has persisted. Baroye Bankani Molbula. And Hanifa Manli so we saw Parliament code on the 14th and 15th, they will come ahead. This is, well, they can do whatever they want to do. But for now, the issue at hand is let them unconditionally release these people. And Tukulor, go ahead. I have a call now. Hello?
Okay. What I just wanted to say, Juka, if you can come up, please. And today, I think it is important for us to speak in our local languages as well. Because people like me today, my English is not the best because I'm not in a good frame of mind. But in lafta men for the Nundurong Omar, wala muko be neo mandia. And if people hear me crying, don't be concerned. It's just that it's an internal feeling that has taken over me right now. Yaya Jammeh for 22 years made Gambians cry every single day. During Kalamara Revolution, Tilitije, me along control be man kumbo, even though me do call kumbola. So this is something me alonko Baro has woken that up in us.
Yeah.
Until nyangol dunia je bintol niyo fata nyaming Omar. Is nyintindingol ninge jube drong kunung birin kunung suto na dunia beti nyata birin ngela na talol je rohie minu kinyana. Because I didn't know the ceremony alonko nyintindingol la hanyita nung. La min signori e buti elefant.
Yeah.
Ifuntita kote kietata ninkila es nyolo. So these are kids mini alonko yeah lono ko ya jame se fano because I had a soro sanding fa already.
Right.
Nyindingol be funtita tata ikeleta pur Adama Barrow ke president. Bi Adama Barrow pur doronko pur ka listo bondi. Ka tandi gambeno la ko nying jamme bagasol min sunya anta fadanga wolle wa fin terol ma dinna mo listolti bawo alman kontan bitun sa mi ngom min soto rajasen soto je bari listo fele nyin dinnugol funtita walla katu ila soma Adama Barona Araman Sakunda ibe nyin dinnugol la soma le tinya kan Omar Wally.
Absolutely.
So nyin dinnugol wudita ikonto la soma la man la fi soma tolte fentara la nama sakunda bulo kono naman ke juloti nyin dinnugol ko an Adama la man sakunda ko nyin fengol bondinang ya jamela fen suñaari ngol min waafi ya waafi min man lafta wodro ne lon na fonye nyin kendo ngo kato o kela asita kato sai nyin PIU official ye nyin dingol arrest kuna Adama Barrow man sakundalam na man diaye ite nyin dingol arrest
No.
bi din ngo bijele mi ya nonko ya bute. So saying Hainang, our health is in jeopardy. Today we need to focus on that kid.
I just called.
I'll say, forgive me if I keep on saying youths and kids. Cartoon, you know, because the same people many alonko, they were much younger 7-8 years ago. What level funded in B? Ibe Baramakang. And do you life or risk? So you aladi mola, aladi lawyers ola, ya samba doctor olia, we will pay the medical bills if we need to. Right now they are being held under state custody. Nyindingo is in state custody. The state should be responsible for his well-being. But in interest state woman let them release him to the lawyers, then we will pay his medical bills. Juka, I saw Juka write something. Juka's sister is a doctor. Why from Listo da Daleko? Nyin testo le nyanta wole kelai. Ala sambale o testo ken tolbe o testo jolale.
Juka, I have seen the list. I have seen your request, but I don't think I'll be able to take more than 2 people. So once one person is out,
you can take 3. You can take 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me. Yeah. Okay. So Tukulor, go ahead. Whilst I
bimbe jamani la kono. Bimbe jamani la kono. Mbe jamani la kono mi alonko. Gambia is at a crossroads. Mingo ming itemu banko din kendot. Ibe would lale yemenkele against ya jamea kele bi. Nindingol min ya non ko be barama kay be mudakam ntolle dingol mu ntolle badingol mu ntolle barindingol mu nindingol ti ninteral sita alkafo mole ko ha ntela ulala ngawle fenke because ya jan malawato mo jama le woke isita katandi ko he ntel man la fi dulala dunna keloto katu man la fi ye fam tajiren yantang tajiren te ya sambantel kam so bimbal be yaman la tol Gambia dingol ali wuli ali yemen kele ya jamala wato ali ya kele sign al digolu ye wala muta al digolu min ya lonko wala bulata ya Adama Barrow noma pura ke president ye wala muta ninni malto dom dimi nin tere muso e wulti isita hani man digo wuli kono nyin dindingol mo mollete min ya lonko manke dindin kuntangal timingo min bije de la do ko wala ibe la hajolla Gala Cisse is a councillor at Banjul yajele so Nindingol be Bob Keta actually wala Barrow youth movement for Londi. Bob Keta ning alaji Mamadou Kuranyolu. Itol man tara protest wala itol ma commencé fang ibe siring bentengo reka. Ibe siring wo bentengo minkan ya arrest wolto. So ntol be mem foka wala because these kids were unlawfully arrested because they didn't have a bullhorn. They didn't have a bullhorn. And in the constitution you can do a peaceful assembly without having a bullhorn. Nindingolu ifuntita le fente bulu mama rikural nyolu imang protesto start from ye arrest. So binyon nyintilo lan telbe wole fokanko. And the mol min ka foko ale nyulu Daniel ya damandama. Billahi ninga nyulu banning. Omar Wally bi hadi banning di rompare talal. We are not going to ask for any forgiveness. Kati boyte kanne. Ni boyte kanne kana mo dani.
Because like you said earlier on, the future of these young people have been put on the on the line. It's been destroyed already. So if whoever cannot be part of it, shut your mouth. You cannot tell this because Barrow is not. If Barrow did the needful, we wouldn't be here. So whoever, we're gonna make it clear, and we're gonna put. And I just want to make this kind of clear because I have realized that they put somebody's number there, so people should waive it. I think why they are not making a headway, but because that person has a credibility issue. That person is more associated with Barrow. For me, I'm not gonna make any decision. But for me, I
Mo
don't see
ade
that.
Omar Wally mba fola len tek nange makoy. Ita mo
Okay,
ila mo nge makoy. Nena Frida Gomez. Ya
that's what I want to say. Okay.
nintel ya fe wo fenke isa fo control ni bari. Juka nyim fa fontele and Juka, I'm sorry that I'm bringing it up like this. Juka nyim fontele but today I'm really out of control and I know it.
No. That's
Juka nyim
because
fontele kunun nkai ko Juka ko nyankai ko. Ntol beda men fe wo fenke bari sign because of what we see happening in less than 18 hours, we didn't tell in Jukadiamta.
Yeah.
Sign we don't give a rat's ass. Mobe mem folanteli. Mingo mimbe kodo dealer. Zel, nibe jang, nibe America. Juka sise zel.
Exactly.
Ntol bebe Juka sise le zel. Don't sell Tukulor, don't sell zel anybody. Zel Juka sise and Juka sise will keep track of it. Mingo min collect. Mbadila Juka like nene. Because let me tell you something about nene.
Yeah.
Nene kodo diala. Nene betala kodo le chikala kontongo sang. Iman
Exactly.
kodo di nene la. Nyimanke biti nene fili de Gomez man nyin
No,
kumase
has been
bi.
there.
Watu wati yemol muta. Nene fili de Gomez la katabiro ka asambe. Nene nene fili de Gomez la ka Mexico. Ila jara ro fa ya joa fa la kodo la. So sante nte awasinte. Juka sise. The Gambians that trusted us during Kalama Revolution and gave us their money. We are pleading to them to please Zell. Thank you, Juka Sise.
Juka, yes.
Malo for Juka, certainly. Juka, you can come, and I'm sorry I'm taking too long. Juka, you can come.
No, it's fine. I mean, Jaja, I'm gonna come to you soon. So once we get another person, and I will get, Tukulor, maybe you can come back again. Just stay on the line.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Juka,
we'll get another person. Yeah.
No, Tukulor can stay.
Yeah.
Tukulor can stay, Omar. What I'm trying to do is,
no, let me.
I'm trying to see if I will be able to use TikTok on my desktop, if that's possible. Then after I'm sure in the next 1 hour or so, I can also do another live. Then go stream both TikTok and Facebook because I'm not anybody coming on TikTok. Why luckily my personal phone number is not linked to my business account. So Kubugazel my personal phone number, it goes to my personal bank account, then dinako muna set it, then after my ko nene. Anyways, yeah, because nene mom what diga yala unit be nene so ko joxe halis to the last time nene dina lako wax naka lako use ba pare be delo la sa wéccit bi. So anything lo xamne affaire halis la comme lu Tukulor wax rek, we have to be very, very careful. Even man sa duma de nango jël xaalis no. Why gannaaw zel mom da nga dem TikTok ko wane ko. Then I can do that and then ma yone ko nene mu def li mo def comme lu Tukulor wax nene ku ko yone mu ngi def ku ko yone mu ngi def nene non la yaga mel lu mo def daf ko def yépp ak xolam bi te daf see dugal resource tam te kenn du ko jox xaalis moom moo ko defal boppam yow yaay seet da bu nga ko jox ne ko ma dooli la si li nga soona den soo ko doolee mu jël mu def ko si li nga xam ne loolu la moo soona man li ma bëgg a wax quickly Omar pour ma mun a wàcc keneen mun a eeg ba si kanam kii nii boy bi Ibrahima Jallow I think Gambians yëpp ñoo war a dem si seen Facebook page right now ñu bina save Ibrahima Jallow take him to the hospital now ñu ngeen ñaan ñëpp képp koy seetaan demal nga bina loolu sa Facebook because protest bi am na solo Barrow mu dem am na solo xale yi ñu continue di wax pour ñu jox leen seen axaat yëlef am na solo waaye lépp life Ibrahima moo ko gën a am solo
so juka mema tuuti xaccu xaraami xaccu xaraamati njaay ñu ngi ni bind na police ñu ne ñu ngi leen di process for release you know why
no but anti Tukulor they need to take
this bullshit
anti Tukulor hara bul jooy master bul jooy bu sa xol bi bul jooy bu sa
just we understand but look
mute na let me just finish this yéen mi seetaan ñëpp dem leen ngeen bina loolu seen Facebook ngir yàlla ba pare ngeen ñëwaat ngeen seetaan because the reason for that is because dama wax ak Dr. J bi ma agree de li neene bina then after bi obvious dama wax neene mu wax ma symptoms yëpp ma wax ak Dr. J mu ne ma loolu is not a good sign it could be brain bleed so they need to do the rightful test yónnee naa leen scan si, and then also in addition to the scan yi guys war a def dañ war a def ay test test yi yëpp bind naa ko CM bla 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 xaw ma sax waaye yëpp bind na ko mu seen ma ko seen naa ko neene so what I'm saying or na ma ne Gambia Police Force ñun ñoo seetaan léegi what I'm saying to them ak human rights National Human Rights Commission bu fa nekk what I'm saying to them is ne we're not interested in holding anybody accountable for now but we're interested in saving a life once we save the boy's life then we can come into accountability because loolu moo gën a am solo right now so please ku nekk demal nga bindal loolu ci sa Facebook bi ñu make sure ne Gambia government ak police yi ak PIU bi they take this matter serious ñu yóbbu boy bi nagaay laaj nee luñ ko war a defal test because waxuñ yóbbu ko lopitaan bi tëral ko si lopitaan bi mu dee foofu noonu waxuñ loolu they need to do this test they need to make sure ñu defal ko MRI bi wala CT scan bi nga xam ne moo am contrast bi comme li docteur J wax then su loolu amee ba pare then they can consult with moom ak neene mu wax leen lan ak lan xam naa ne docteur yi foofu mun ne yàlla may na leen but still pour ñu am additional opinion koo xam ne family doctor Ibrahima la moo nekk mu jàppale ko pour ñu make sure ne mu ngi they save him because loolu is very important Baro ak sa ñooñ you do not want one life to be gone from this protest you do not want one life that's the last thing you want maa ngi leen a ñaan di leen ñaax di suka di raam ni ngeen yóbbu xale bi si lopitaan bi ngeen defal ko li ngeen ko war a defal because you don't want this boy to be gone man loolu is the utmost the most imminent out of everything right now we don't care about the negotiation you can keep these people until tomorrow you can keep them until tonight you can release them Monday let's take this boy to the hospital now
that's the most priority all right
maa ngi wàcca fii ni Omar ba si kanam tuuti maa ngi jéem a figure out TikTok bi
no problem Ma'am Lisa Ami Jadi, you can send your request again. Ma'am Lisa, go ahead.
Yes, yes, Omar. This is Limom Ken Munulawa Film Tolus. Just like Lijukawa. Film Nekani, let us try you make sure you save this boy's life.
Right.
Because of and we advocate for the end of police brutality. Because this is wrong. And they need to start training these policemen, which I know they do. Nakalende ame pour they handle nitni. This malhandling of protesters needs to stop in the Gambia.
Absolutely.
You cannot just sit down, go like nitki. Of course, halebi I'm not right. So don't you yank my hand. Ngana ma defal fi sa lohobi. Manela luta ngay ko def. You want to fingerprint me? I want to know why. Just because the kid asked the question why. Param, ñu jël halebi door ko si baat. That is wrong. And then at the end, this is something we fought for the past 22 years of Jame. Adam Barino, instead of new Lyndon expects Adam Barino. What is so difficult about what these youths came, when the youths came out, what they were asking for?
That is simple thing.
Bring out the list. What is there to hide? What are they hiding? That's the number one question. Bring out the list. We want to know who bought our assets.
Absolutely.
It's a heavy thing on their chest. So transparency, for the longest time, we know this government is not transparent.
At all.
The level of corruption inside with Barrow's administration is like you cannot measure it.
Cannot quantify it, no.
Absolutely not. So it's like you cannot understand why every time you get this report upon corruption since 2018, 2019, when this report came out, they came blatantly and told the people that Binkogeni, because of you cannot sell my stuff and tell me, I'm not going to tell you who bought it and how much they bought it for. What about if the numbers are cooked up?
Mohammed Salo Sandeng, I will come to you soon. So once one person drop, I will.
Mohammed, we're gonna go down and we're gonna give each other a chance. But right now, let us concentrate on his saving Ibrahim's life.
Absolutely.
We don't need anybody to die in Gambia anymore.
That message is clear.
From police brutality. This nonsense needs to end. Absolutely. And then at the end of the day, we will sue the police department. They will answer to court because of what is wrong is wrong. We say no to dictatorship. We say no to police brutality. It must end. This is not the Gambia we fought for. You cannot try to hold on to power forward by force. Why? That cannot happen.
Those days are gone.
Oh yeah.
And I'm
Oh, yeah.
glad
Oh,
now
yeah.
say hale again and the resistance alhamdulillah rabbi alamin. It's promising.
It is. It
It's
is. It is. Yeah.
promising because you know why? They are the future of of our country. A country being the population be majority useless. You
Yeah.
wanna talk, you just mess up with their future.
No way.
You have people like Black Kasongo sitting down there. Wow, we should not let these people come. But he can sit down and boast about his son being in New York trying to pursue his master's degree.
Yeah.
So Hananyun, Bugun Halene Gambia you pursue his master's degree.
Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course.
So what is wrong? And he's the very person. I'm gonna go on him today. Most probably, you should be ashamed of yourself. Go and report me again. I don't care. The propaganda being done Jai Baro, you know it's a scam. The youth already showed Baro that it's a scam. No youth, no youths are happy in that country. Nipangi pissed off. If they were happy, they would have been staying home by now. This sell the foolish propaganda, and you have the nerve again to gather people. Oh, nkana song moye na jan ye banko mala. Be pare man na fe haya and bim de def dijel ne dafa course Quran bi. Take that verse and why yo.
Absolutely. Well,
What
okay.
is wrong? What is wrong with some of these people? They think they can manipulate people's mind.
Yeah. No.
All we need that boy to have a medical treatment. Let him go. Let them take him to the hospital. You get him checked.
Yeah.
That boy should not be a victim of this whole barrow nonsense.
No way. No way. No way. No. No.
Ben Bakani Domi Adam Wadu Farot. Ben Bakani Adam Domi Adam Wadu Farot. And if anything happened to this boy, the whole entire barrow government will be liable. And
There will be. Barrow is gonna be like whatever happened. This.
Exactly.
You know why Jame is still So Lola, thank you. So let me get
let me go down. I will join again.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Ami.
Yes,
Yes.
brother.
How are you doing today?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Hello to all of you.
Thank you.
Gamo, thank you for this important live coverage. It's really, really important. I'm just gonna start by saying I am so heartbroken at this moment.
Yeah.
And I'm really confused, lost, and I don't even know where to start from.
Yeah.
Gambia is our Gambia, and that's all we have. We want a comfortable place, a place where we can call home, arrive, and because no tuki sa deko kai it can never be the same.
Nowhere.
I think I usually say when I arrive in the Gambia, I feel different. Lola de wax guy suma waxe mané you know what the reason lu tax I feel different suma arrive in Gambia is because suma jumba bi fi len ko soulé. So ma ngi reconnect why the recent Gambia, if we are honest, hana ñu si nekk di lekka seen njëriñ nekk fa. Those are the only people that will say Gambia is working. We need to keep it realistic because man mom xam nga xëj na ñeneen yi dinañ wax ne okay soo gisee kii di wax mu ngi si politics kele di wax si politics la nekk waaye everybody knows man nekkuma di si politics. So I am just being honest because when it comes to Gambia, I have no friends, When it comes to that country, I have no friend and I have no relative. Understand nga? We have to keep it real. Mr. President, suñ ko waxut dëgga fen rek lañ ko.
Absolutely.
Understand nga? Dëkk bi doxut baro banko man tama ma fa mu jowut. Ma fa mu jowut. Olega ma legenam rek. We have to keep it realistic. Boli fam Omar. Honestly, Sister Tukulor, hi to you, my dear. It's been a long time, my sister. We have to keep it real. Gambia benyame amantara takan kumu. Yet Finchi, like I was there last November, I had intruders, came, found me. I was sleeping. I could have lost my life within seconds, with weapons that could have taken my life within seconds. You know what I mean? What is that? You cannot be even safe within your own personal environment. You know,
That
you
is the
walk
sad part
down
of
the
it.
street, fitri ko like a ding old 14-year-old, 13-year-old forming gangs and
Yeah.
standing on the street.
Yeah.
You can't even walk alone, passing on the street, on your own street. Park, you know, after 7, 8, 9, 10. You know, let them look at then what let them take a step back and re-enter for us,
Yeah.
not for them, but for us as a
Absolutely.
nation. You know, this is too much. Whether they know, I don't know how they think everything is working perfectly, and are they blind,
No, they're
or are
not.
they deaf, or
No.
are they just being, I don't know. It sometimes you just wanna, I don't know. It's
No.
just so frustrating.
It's
It
just
is,
the level of dishonesty, right? Because
you
we all
know.
know what is the problem. It's just dishonesty because we all know what is happening in that country. It affects everybody. But because of some individual interests, they
Mhm.
just want this man to stay. Because even what you we have a problem. You cannot be in your house and you don't feel safe in Gambia.
Exactly.
What is going
You
on?
know.
They always say there is no security, but have you seen the number of paramilitary? They don't always have resources to combat the crime, but they have those resources to go after protesters or would-be protesters. Because, like Tukulor said earlier on, these people are just sitting down and they pounce on them.
You know, the people that committed crime at my home, they
Yeah,
were identified by my own community because of the connection that I have with people, a good
yeah,
relationship. People
hmm,
stood up and
yeah,
they went for it.
yeah,
They identified the people.
yeah,
But then the police were called, and
hmm,
then we were told the police don't have the vehicle to come and
yeah.
arrest these people.
Yeah.
So
So that
that
is
means we should be providing
when
taxis.
big.
Is taxi even a safe
Mm,
vehicle
no,
to
it's not.
use to arrest, a criminal?
No
You
way,
know?
no way, no,
And
no.
I was like to my people, you know what? Just ignore them. I
Hmm.
am not interested on this thing. If I know these youths, what I
Yeah,
would do is to try and bring them together and see how I can better their life, and
yeah,
and take them from what they're
mm,
doing, take them away from what they're doing now,
You
to
yeah.
you
to,
know,
to get
I mean,
themselves engaged into something.
Hmm.
Yes.
when it comes to bettering these kids' lives, these kids actually their life should have been bettered off
Better.
8 years ago.
Yeah.
Because when some of the kids that joined the coalition 2016 caravan, I ran
Hmm.
that page and those pictures and videos used to come to me. A lot of those kids were green boys that turned into Adamabaro supporters.
Yeah.
Okay? So
Mm-hmm.
those kids were dindingol mini anon ko ga foko nyanti la dunia sanji say command to Adama Baro
Mm-hmm.
le adaira ko nyin dindingol abe la dunia falin
Exactly.
Nying Muhammad Membejang. I
Yeah.
have to speak because Muhammad Membejang na time dear idea because yalo
Yeah.
molka solo sanden tofo le ka tofo solo sanden na dimbaya if what they went through
Yeah.
Gambia no buke mira wo fongola every
No.
time ninga boy waka foko solo sanden yes afeleke solo sanden this solo sanden na dimbaya balu ya membalu mo jamal malo
No.
so ni
Mm-hmm.
solo sanden digo sita B solo sanden na dimbaya wo sita B ninda kumbota la ko mola fata
Mhm.
mole fata ya new di Gambia la ko
Yeah.
maybe nintanga new di Gambia la Gambia nol be sila le se falingo ke andu wo falingo le keta
Yeah.
bari adama barole Gambia nol bitre wo falingo kono so nga am nga habat so idea am
Okay, Mohammed, go
Just
ahead.
a quick one, Jandi Mohammed Binala. Just a quick one, Omar.
Yeah.
What I would like to advise, and probably we can advocate for that, is that
Hmm.
youth, so let them focus, let the country at large,
Yeah.
all of us, let us just focus. There is a mission here. There's a
Absolutely.
mission here.
Yeah.
This is Nying arrest Nying, whatever is going on. It's a technique to distract
Oh
people
yeah.
from what's going
Exactly.
on.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
we should not allow that. I mean, I'm joining the campaign. I'm not. Please give me the strength, God. I'm joining the campaign wherever, whatever angle, whichever angle that I need to. Because you know what? For people like us who work within the grassroots,
Yeah.
spending time in the provinces, having direct connection with people,
Hmm.
the suffering. People are. You know what? What the government need to understand is that you don't have to need to prunga ame fetel or
No.
knife to kill someone. Do you
Mm-mm.
understand? But the condition of somebody that you're responsible of to better their life, and
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
not, and that triggers the health issues of that person, and then that leads to that person losing their life. That's a crime. You
Yeah,
know,
it
so
is.
those
It
are
is.
things that they need to look at. Let them look at come Luma Wahe, let them take a step back and re-enter for all of us, not just for their own individual heads, please.
Thank you so
Bye-bye,
much.
Kellen Duga.
Okay, Mohammed.
Assalamu alaikum. Omar,
Walaikum salam. Yeah.
Inimba.
Someone diving in.
Fine. And
Yeah.
yo,
Yeah, Muhammad, be with you, Mama contact. Be.
I know. I can hear it
Oh,
in your voice.
Muhammad, your mommy is not happy today.
Alay along. Damn, this is very, very sad.
It
It's very
is.
sad, looking at not even what is happening, not just looking at what is happening, but looking at where we are coming from and madaming right now. It's very, very sad. But it's difficult. We all just sit around and diagnose the situation,
Yeah.
But I think the reality is already known. We already know the reality. The country has a void of leadership, right?
Yeah.
Because the leadership is not looking at the collective interest at all.
No, that's all.
There's a state capture in Gambia.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ngani for minister dole a long time ago. There's a state capture when high ala to coming fatole. Coming control. Afole coming fatole. And atol kalam for moli. Because ntolbe sade kono mimbe kiri molwa.
No,
Yeah, I
absolutely.
understand. Gambia, let's say, let's take it from 8 years ago. For saying, there's only a very steady deterioration of the living conditions of the ordinary Gambian. Not to talk about
Absolutely.
Nico Gambian, but the ordinary Gambian, sada danilal dafata nyin sate kono.
Yeah.
Yeah. From they will argue about the whole monkey junk food, but we all know, sada danilal monkey minikalu silo kanda maika sada. But it's wallet out of Gambia, and
Yeah.
you cannot divorce that from the actual situation.
No.
The usual are out protesting. The actual nature of Gambians is that dimbasi malala bunkono la yakata polka faje. Yana be kunta bata molya kalamata. Yaje. So ni aja bi ndongol bita kan silo kan iba protest. Gambia ni mol wulta mostly ke mira min follow le bita do ko wala nyame. Bari jamal be laro bi. Dogo lalle yela dogo fon to jele bita kan silo kan iba protest.
That's
Yeah,
right.
understand. Mune asabu because a simple thing, because it's a dysfunctional system already. A simple thing to ask for. Komi yalon ko hani kacha kon ni nyini ngaro ke sa soto no wolen ko.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very simple. Ika government official usul ikejo munela mune atine ikejo pour yeb tara molla ko. Saying simple document from the highest level of government mingena nyanta efficient la. Asking for a simple document muna wajarra nyinala. Not to even
There's something they're
about
hiding.
not to even talk about the systematic way that they want to silence dissent in that country. Me and coming 8 years ago, 9 years ago, we all agreed for these certain things. In fact, this government came as a result of that. Yeah,
Wallahi,
arguing to
wallahi.
Jame suppress dissent and all of those things. We are going to free up the space and all of that. But all of these development initiatives coming back into the country, the transitional justice process, opening up the civic space, and doing all of these things. All of these things are done at face value.
Yeah.
But this does not affect the lives of the actual people, the majority of the people. How do we change that? No. There's a whole propaganda that also goes around. Kamol fool, it's fine, everything is going on well. But that is not the reality.
Yeah, what is happening again?
And then look at it. This government. They already know they have a machinery, a force in the Gambia police force to continue to suppress dissent while they go on and do whatever they are doing. Yeah, I understand. Because they feel the people are not powerful. Kido be a block and everything. They just use the Gambia police force to keep silencing, doing these petty things. Yeah, I
And
understand. While they go.
I'm not calling you short. We'll let phone a life man better.
No,
Those PIU officers. Yeah.
But it's just a few people sitting at the top, and then they have these other people at chokehold, and they're doing whatever they're doing with it. For how? Like, for how long are we going to do this? They are progressing their countries, but we are still in this mediocre level of a few people just having hold of the system and doing things. It's very, very mediocre. Yeah, that's the problem. The problem in this country, and as much as we want to, it's not the followership, it's the leadership that has the problem at every sector. Especially the central government. In Ibelanian political local government tenant.
Yeah.
Or local government people are saying will be a responsibility. They are actually delivering. Hanatra is not much, but about track and then people are seeing that visible. You have the most resources, and you know what are they doing? Reforms. Okay, nobody is even going to talk about that.
Mohammed, I just want to give an update. Just hold on there. So what
Right.
what Ken Fati is writing now saying at Westfield, an official arriving in the Gambia police force vehicle attempted to address the youths, but they instructed their leaders not to engage with any official on their behalf.
Thank
So
you.
it's the same thing.
Thank you.
Why do you have to negotiate? Release these people, release the list. Mohammed, you may
And
continue.
Muhammad, you know what this reminds me of?
Yeah.
And that is why today I am just beside myself.
Mhm.
Because Ninga Mira, when I put faces to Kalamara Revolution, I break down. And so people need to forgive me for that. Because I see human beings in front of me.
Yeah.
But that was the time that people, you know, even in Ramadan, we all know in Gambia,
Yeah.
Sunkaro kono mobuka denkiroke mobuka fenko bari nyimusol funtita.
Yeah.
These were mothers, many alon ko funtita tata. Solo sande binao da la funtin. That became a national anthem.
Oh yes. Oh
So
yes.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
remember this,
It's happening again.
and that is why I was crying today, because you know today I see the kids doing the same thing.
I'm sorry,
That those
but that's just the fact. This thing, I'm so sorry. You know, like I mean, it's okay to break down. I mean, for young, I feel very very sad because of the fact that I'm not even close to home. I don't even know what's happening. But the thing is, it's just a manifest. This is the nature of society, Omar. What they see today is just a nature of society. It's just like you put a few chemicals in a container, you're close. Obviously, there's going to be a reaction, and whatever the extent of the reaction is, so all these people protesting and saying whatever, all of these people know the power of caution. They don't have it. They are at the mercy of police or many. They can just turn around with let just one person make the mistake and tell them to do this, open fire, whatever kind of bullets. They're going to do it. Already, the manifestation is there. So those people on the street, they are very well aware of the danger. But why do you think they are still on the street? They're just demanding for a simple thing, which has to happen. That system has to work. You cannot say, you are presiding over a democratic system and you want to suppress it and put it in a way So all that is happening on the street. It's not about talking. It's not about anything. It's not about arresting people. It's not going to stop that. It's just the nature of society, and it will keep happening. People will show you you have a public order act to stop them from saying that. You cannot.
Public order act. This is the nonsense because you know this is a colonial era law. Okay, this is the same thing that made Jammeh lost his job. And if Barrow is not careful, he will lose his job because of this.
That's exactly I was gonna say.
But he
Exactly.
doesn't want to accept that fact. He doesn't want to accept that fact. I hold on, but he doesn't want to accept that fact. And that's the problem.
Barrow failed to understand one thing. Yeah, Jammeh is so-called claimed to be powerful. He wasn't powerful, even though he wasn't, but he was better than Barrow, better situated than Barrow.
Definitely.
But what happened
right.
with AK-47s and mortars on the street? What happened? People came out. Barrow is hiding behind Senegalese forces, Ghanaian forces, and Nigerian forces. So you don't even have you yourself, you are not even secure. So I'm not sure if Barrow is thinking what is at stake. Because you remember Jawara coup was triggered because of what happened.
Omar, the situation is Barrow is disinformed. I don't misinform for Barrow is informed. Barrow is not informed about what is happening in this country, in that country. He does not know what is happening. All that he gets, Barrow keeps being bamboozled with very inexistent information. Barrow buka fundi jaka ko mole ko mani boro mu tenedi. Bimbe sare ko non tolian ni tare ka mani boro sanji. Simple information like mani boro mu jelle. If you are misinformed with that, with all of that team you have around you, what do you think you are doing? But the question now is, does he think for himself? Because anything but you cannot rely on that system of information that's giving you all this bad information. At the end, the buck stops with you. Like everybody, that team is going to dissolve. But what is, I mean, you have a responsibility to act up on these things. But What is happening? You know, but they think they can go out and try to talk to the protesters to calm down. No, that's the nature of society. It will keep happening. Whether somebody calms down today, you know it. There's
So
another person somewhere
that's
fucking disaffected. So
that's the point they should have started. They should have started from there. They
Yeah.
should have started the moment the youths came out. They should have tried and
Negotiate.
negotiated with them.
but
Yeah.
what
You
is the
know,
point of the youths
ex-
coming out? The government
exactly.
has eyes and ears everywhere. The
Yeah.
problem that made the youth to actually coming out is the last resort, basically, because before people could come out, the government is present on social media. The government
Yeah.
is present
Yeah.
physically everywhere.
Absolutely.
So how comes the
Absolutely.
government does not know that the people are asking for them to release the list? If there is not a state capture and there is not the Gambia police force as the mechanism to protect state capture and keep it going in the Gambia, then this situation should have not have even happened. But it's because that is the situation, and that is
No,
not a situation that's sustainable. I bet stop
but
like it will,
but
you know.
I think Mohammed, we have been feeding Barrow spoon. He's been spoon fed by Gambians, so that's why
Yeah.
he's taking advantage. Look at what is happened. I'm just looking at one of these Facebook pages.
It's
Pate Jalo
yeah.
and one of these youth advisors from Barola Camp, they want to negotiate with the youth. Why do you have to negotiate with them? You could have
Yep.
done this thing the time you met them at the arch or where you
Yeah.
arrested them.
The first time.
Now,
Immediately.
Parliament is saying they're going to go 14, 15. Minister said they're going to release. Why didn't they really do that on the day these people asked for this?
They were not
That,
supposed to be arrested in the
yeah.
first place, Omar.
Now you arrested them.
Exactly.
Now you want to tell people, okay, go home. I will release them. For what? Release them first. And
And they
they have to
lied.
meet all
So
those
they lied.
demands.
They were going to release them at 10 o'clock. They told them that yesterday so that they could go. Yalo nyim police olu.
It's not going to work.
Yeah, Jamaica faloti
Yeah,
yamen.
yeah, exactly. That's
Because let me tell you guys something.
New protest organized lad.
yeah,
You mean arrest?
yeah,
This might sound insensitive, but this is the point. You mean arrest? Going to lay
yeah.
arrest. Let them keep them. Whatever happens to them is their responsibility. Be on for Somaleng.
Yeah.
But the issue that people are asking for is to give a simple paper. If you think you are going to create a hostage situation out of it, you see, that's the problem of this business. This business of bamboozling the president.
Yeah.
That everything
Yeah.
that happened, you present one group comes and present itself as the solution to that problem and create a whole. Now they are trying to create a hostage situation, just like all the other political situations where they will create a whole presidential campaign where there is a councillor election.
Yeah.
It's just that situation they keep are doing around this man, and you know it's sad. It's sad that
But
you have a
Muhammad,
president, a leader
Muhammad,
that's in that situation
Muhammad,
because they create. Yeah.
Muhammad, how can Adama Barrow be the president you want when he is surrounded by the people who emboldened and enabled Jammeh?
Yeah.
Adama Barrow be damning right now. Yalo nga for the bidding APRC and in your coalition. Okay. Adama Barrow sitale nyimol ya jembela molnata. Ye
That's a
bunda
problem of
soro
his
ye
own.
riddle be
Omar
saba.
has some problem with it.
Yeah.
No, there are
Yeah.
problems
Bruh,
we
ye
can
riddle
help
be
you
saba.
with,
So
but there are
side
certain
kamin for
problems
ten,
nobody
ikamin
can
for
help
ten
you.
ko, ikamin for ten ko. Adama Barrow nyama yele. That's exactly what's going on. Because
Yeah.
me make can be kunu, what be can be, and the niajo be can. Mini be Adama Barrow normal right now.
Yeah.
Wo mo lebe ya jama normal nun kafa ko ibule jembe nyine
Make it
kelele, ibule jembe nyine
exactly.
kelele.
And it did
But
not
I'm
work.
telling
Benyin jamano min
you,
konote.
more.
Benyin jamano min kode ye solo standing yelo man jolo. Pour nyim
Okay.
faloliena.
Yeah.
Ye menke ya jamela wato Gambia dingol te sonna wala koteke. Yalo mol ka folo ko alta embassy to aliata protest. Gambia non ko to wakela koteke mantala embassy hani embassy sunkan ninto. Ibe lola Gambia bankol fankatu banko dingol la muite. Ni fe wo fenje la banko to memmen die ibe lola ya fakate kela jam. So Adama Barrow ini na police mini anonko yanon security sector reform from fele until left over bele keja solo standing foundation has been working on it
Yeah.
security sector for new woman ke
No.
pali kela
No.
anu
Truth like
Adama
that.
Barrow birabe dunna kabe o kelale this
They have no interest. They
Yeah.
have
So
no
Muhammad is
yeah.
interest
here.
at all in doing
Muhammad is
anything
my
like that.
witness.
Yeah.
Muhammad is my witness.
So Tukulor, Juka just made a post now. So say that those who want to send money for water.
Yes.
You know, Nene sent me a message, but I'm on live. I don't want to listen to it now.
Yeah.
I will do that later. So but this one just made a Nene. I told you, Juka is possible. So whoever wants to support
They need
Juka, Nene
they
is
need
back home. She's the trusted person we have. She has
Yeah.
been there. Even if you arrest an individual, Sylvia, much more scores of people have been arrested. So, whatever you want to do, just reach out to Nene.
Yeah.
That is the most. Yeah, that's
So
what,
yeah, and
I
because look.
they need
I
the
told me
support.
the
They need the
Gambia.
voters
I told
and
me the Gambia.
the
I
voters.
told me the Gambia. Alikodo kine, alikodo di
Nene,
nenala. Ala wave.
yeah.
Told me the diaspora. Juka si la zel because Juka nama di mona tatale bulu.
No way.
Because we want to make sure because bi manke nyim bandulat.
No.
Bi manke nyim bandulat. Nyin tinngol wultale hani yalong de galas nyol ko hani funtita.
Yeah.
Ibitale lo ko be kerele. So this is not over.
No,
Alkana
it's
si
not.
Gambiano is lazy.
No.
Manya na
Yeah.
sila nga ko nyim bantale.
So
Alkodoki, just a second. I told me the Gambia. Alkodo wave nene. I
Yeah.
told me the Bantal left a wave killer. Ala wave nene. I told me the diaspora.
Yeah.
Zele, Mbadila, Kenkela Wolto.
Super.
Jukala Wolto. Nimberalbe, Angleterre, or other places. What Alsa Western Union for Nang Jukai.
Yeah.
Jukai will collect all your money. Ayaki nene. Cartoon Tolu. GDF, Ntol Moko collect Janemoli, I don't tell Juka how credible we are with people's money. Until Bukason Landa don't do the fundraising corner at all because of their moment Kataraje. But Nimuat Lemi Alonko, Minima Bankoto, they need our help. Until
Absolutely.
Mapo Yuli, but Banko Dingo Niba Bantoto. Yaja Koila Bankobe Janica. Fengo Femba Janica, Nyanta Lola, ye Nioke, ye Sembo Keje. Until Sembo Vitale Nyadile, come ya Gemerato and Nakodole, sign for Nantena, Sembo Vitale Nyadile, Bekodole Gila, and Untolu. You know, from Baramos go to Omar Wally and platform on Tolia believe the co. Until Kodo min Kela and Sembo min Kela J. Until Bakela no to and a Frida the cartoon and a Frida is one of us. Ya diela, Asake, ma diela, Asake. So sai what Nambulo la Nyoka. Nanena Mako, cartoon and Muso in Pana, Dimba Alababu Alabul, Alakodakon and Dingo, one Dingo Lababulije, Alamarokon. So Sala Koda Bola Takanga Borumburinkang, Abenin Kela sign. Nimimo mi manya lafta nyinkela essential bulan lafta minkela mbakela. Thank you, Omar.
So, okay, no problem. I just want to get one or two people before we go. So I have two guys online. So if one of you can drop some, let me get one of those guys.
So Omar Masultan drop auto.
Okay.
Telling
All right.
Amatolia drop.
Okay.
Muhammad,
Yeah.
I want you to stay.
Yeah.
Muhammad, I want you to stay because I want you to close this live.
Yeah.
As the son of Solar Sunday, I want you to close this live with Omar.
Yeah.
All right,
No problem.
but it's important to Kakuko, Omar. The problem,
I can drop Omar.
understand this. The problem movement is people we need to understand it. That
no. There's another lady here, Amiba.
Yeah, so
Ba.
I'm intending to Leji.
Yeah, so
let me
get
Okay, that's
excuse me. Yeah. All right.
So Omar, like I was saying, it's important. Coming me last be more jamal sotondikan ka explain ko. Problem mo be Gambia protest ya just ka itandile rek. Coming be kir adang wala atin na mol funti take a protest. But problem me Gambia ta banna ka narrate coming.
No. We cannot.
Look, the problem is quote abe deundi nyaonya deungo be kiri nyaonya. We have a leader. Alonko ay responsible sort of kat funti ka diamu mole. Moisa ko mo danta ne fundi ta bi more than mol min ya alonko wolle tata 2016 coalition la campaign la. Bari fana ni mol min funti they are a representation of wo mol dingol wo mol fangol dindi mal dol bi je dindi mal wolle funti ta no 2016 coalition 2016 B wara 2021 for election o min tambida yadel. So B is a representation of those people. So mimu ye funti ye diamu molye I senea wala important than ye hostage situation min create.
I think so.
Tilobe can remove the
I think so.
Adungi lenyi mo areso wotati na la unyi adungi mo funti ta ko de funti la ko ten yade
Mohamed mo nyaadu sanka I think
adungi public order
this
ati tole min muta luwadi wonte luwadi ko ten ke Gambia itol nyanta ko understand
Mohamed now I think whoever wants to protest either because if you apply they will not give you. So you just go ahead. If they arrest you people,
commit apply la ko tenke because ni
no.
ta dile la but program ko don multa ibadila program la mune whatsapp adun Gambia police was coming Tukulor coming for no kafuko ye ga approach pour ni security sector reform Jamal bi je ni approach ibukala fige dan ko fa
no.
So why muna na wo be caring
no problem. Mohamed let me I think I have another lady here too. You can just give her a moment for. Ami,
Okay,
Jare, I'm coming.
assalamualaikum. Omar,
Andi Jare, you can all nyata do man, yeah.
Omar,
Aminata,
mbe kontanan telling Aminata ba Germany.
thank you so much, Aminata.
Okay, nga anti tukurul moile ay kumo miko.
Yeah.
Lafta pala drong as usual. Nte I was a member of GDF. I was representing the entire Central Europe here. And
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, I am here today. Me alon kunjuso fata bake. Mang nyinke puni happen.
Yeah.
But I just want to kafalioko, I am here because Jan Germany panang kata Italy sometimes ka kodo
Yeah.
ki Western Union la famola kaitiko ka
Oh yeah.
abuka easy.
Okay.
But my number nanamang falling, and it
Okay.
has been out there since Jamela struggle to 0049
Okay.
178556123.
Okay.
More after Demaro Keller,
Yeah.
you can reach out to me. I
Okay.
don't mind to give my account number. I
Yeah.
don't mind
Fadjan, give me a moment. Yeah, I'm coming to
to
you
to
too.
to
Yeah.
to collect it at anywhere because
So
sometimes youth so kala fi mako ero kela, but even to go to the Western Union or RIA also ake batandile. But I
so
am here available. I can help. Ntema ko ero keno le nyao nyame ya lon konsa keno le. Just to tell you that I'm available here.
okay.
Maybe
Okay.
ite man telong but anti Tukulorian lone and in
I'll
Muhammad
text me your
Fanayan lone.
text
Yeah.
me your details. I will share them with Tukulor and we can start from there. Okay.
Okay, alles klar.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ala
Yeah.
baraka
No problem.
baka albe
All
do
right.
ko nyuma minna yeah.
Thank you
All right.
so
Lem
much. All right.
batna ji taje moto
So.
edu. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Mohammed,
Oh,
you
one,
continue meanwhile. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. It's just a thing. It's sad. They will go and create this hostage situation. But woman starting that in protest yes,
No.
because
No.
more
No. No.
and they have the right to demand certain very simple things. Yeah,
Yeah.
understand. So if the government cannot give that, then inyanta ka diamu mole. But ka press release sifa fundi ka ko ha ni kule be
Yeah.
kere hani ko nyin fon ibuka imala ka o fon ma ka o fon to. So it's better you explain. Yet na ini mole diamu. Yeah, understand.
Absolutely.
But diamu man takiring alafa ko divert la science min yalon ko be arrest.
Yeah.
Min yalon ko be arrest le wol be yalon ko be arrest la le.
Oh yeah.
Wol
Oh yeah.
yalon ko
It's obvious. Yeah.
be arrest la. So
Yeah.
memo ko di arrest o wota stop la mol coming demand wolen question o kachani nyanta station la wole ka. Hana ya tara kudol bi jemi yalon ko ba ke kan. Mol be ime mol me mano wala. It's important for this thing, this matter, yeah, discussion ka kuwa. Because it's just very basic. When you report from the ko nyine keta. Not the government whether it all ko amanke wara keta.
Yeah.
Ni mole minyin nga ofana is
What?
their right ko document right
This is
elite
very
ko.
simple.
It's very simple.
Let me see if you are available. Just jump in here. You can just send me a request. At least you give us some update. What is happening? Yeah. So I tried to get Fadjan, but it's a little bit turning out difficult. Let me get this guy.
Yeah.
Um.
I'm a so ba ku ganje
Yeah.
wala ro
Yeah.
so.
Well, okay. No problem. Let me get a couple of people. I don't know. Guys, another guy here. Yeah. So Lamin, you can, and so they've had public attention. Somebody's saying that. So that is it. Um, I'm trying to get a couple of people here, but it's a little bit
I
turned out
can get off
difficult.
once, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Connect with
Yeah. You can just the final words, Strong, so that I'm able to
Okay,
get one or two people.
it's
Yeah.
just very disheartening. Code. This is a situation me and is created over a very simple matter where
Yeah.
we need this document. These
It's
people
very
have a
important.
petition.
Yeah.
Even Syrian Diamond for Mamma need a procession for a start.
No.
They
No.
did
No.
not
No.
do a procession. Even that public order act that you are claiming, if I
Yeah.
general code, even at that instant, maybe they have faults there. Because all be lost you all my honey will procession
Yeah.
follow. All arrest. Yeah. So it means you have no interest in whatever system you are trying to
Yeah.
claim to
Yeah.
uphold. You don't even have an interest in
Yeah.
that system. Yeah.
Yeah.
Police officer BJ ibe bol haras la
Yeah.
ibe bol lifala. Yeah. Ibe nena You know, obey for what? Over a very simple matter. We want to see this document. So if this government is not complicit in trying to hide information from the people, and it is the same government that we all participate to bring these laws in, you know, the access to information law and all of those things, you know, even they have no excuse. Even now, they will come and give us all kind of claims to, these people would have gone and just, you know, put up access to information request or whatever. But guide them if you think that is the situation. Why snap and unleash the trained police, I mean the police force on them, arrest to create this situation where you have these people going around and shouting and everything. Without addressing the matter.
We will not be in this situation.
No, they don't want to do it.
Yeah, they don't. So
They have no
now the
interest
thing
in
is out
doing
of
it.
hands now. You wanna, it's just crazy. So I have Fat Jan also. Fat
Just
Jan.
trying to divert the people's attention from
Let
the
me
matter.
let me get Fat Jan is also here. So
I
Fat
can
Jan.
get up at any time. Like,
Okay. All right. Okay. Let me. I think I have one or two people. Okay.
all
Fat
right.
Jan.
Naam Omar nga baalal ma de maa
No,
ngi
it's okay.
I was
I got you.
maa ngi doon live stream seen live bi
Oh,
maa ngi ko
okay,
doon
okay,
live
okay.
stream on TikTok waaw maa ngi ko doon def
Okay.
on TikTok tamit pour nit ñi tamit ñu xam li ngeen doon wax noonu
Okay.
information yooyu and people
That's
were
fine.
watching almost 200 people were watching maa ngi
That's
ko doon
good.
def live
Thank
stream
you.
looloo tax dugguma woon
Oh, I understand.
yeah
Yeah, that's fine. So you're talking getting your affair. So the issue is, parce que gis nañ ñoo xam ne they I don't know all of you in there ñu ngeen garale. They want to be here. They want to be here. Parce que we have seen dégg nañ tamit am na ñoo xam ne some youth want to go and tell these people to calm down and so on.
yeah
And which is not in the interest of anybody, not in their interest and the country at large. Because what people are asking now is for them to just release this report.
yeah
Yeah.
waaw ma ñëw fi nga waxee rek comme am na youth yoo xam ne ñu ngi try pour discourage nit ñi waaye am na ñoo xam am nañ ñuñ waxal si ñuy def loolu gis naa ne tey ñenn ñi si ñoom seen toon yi ceeñaat na try nañ
Okay.
xaw nañoo xaw a jug tey because am na yoo xam ne Omar gis nga lépp lu ñoo def nañ si jiital digga su si jiitalee digga rek dinañ sooti gis nga lu nekk su fekkee ne nit suñ interest rek la ñoo xool dara du fi sooti fii dara du fi sooti yaa ngee gis ñun xam nañ bu baax a baax lu nekk underground ñun youth si xamante nañ ñun ndaw yi xamante nañ when it comes to this lii Gambia ñoo nekk di soona lii it's not about this political party wala political party bële maa ngi gis nag ay ñoo xam ne ñu ngi bind naan ñi ay diw lañ political party diw la lii nekkul benn political party lii affaire yi Gambia la.
No, those people will be there, but nobody will just give. We will just give them a deaf air.
yaa ngi understand. Political party member youth bu fa bokk rek xamal ne kooku Gambia moo tax mu taxaw. ñun youth suñ jàppale yëpp ñun ñëpp xam nañ ne ñoom ñu si bari kenn mënut a wax ne si parti bii lañ bokk ñu si bari laa wax. nañ war a xam ne rek affaire yi Gambia la te ñu bàyyi yenn propaganda yu ñoo def. ba pare youth su nekk underground ñu fexe buñ nangoo déglu ñi because yow as a nguur yow as a police def nga li nga def ba pare léegi ban négociation nga bugaat yow ñii luñ def démba ak barki démba moo gën a garaaw luñ def barkaati démba yow barkaati démba da nga fekk ñi ñu ngi toog seen toog yéen yéen a leen ekkati yéen a leen gën a merloo yéen a tax second groupe bi ñoom ñoo tax second groupe bi ñu protest te protest ñooñu ñu ngi koo def te ñooñu yaakuñ bañ luwaa because gisuloo leen ñu téye xeer gisuloo leen ñu téye banta gisuloo leen ñu téye anything gisuloo leen dara luñ téye léegi nag bu démba bi yow gis nga ne ñooñu dañ doon forcé wante ak yéen yow ba pare ngeen ne ñooñu ñu ngi def peaceful protest ngeen ne ñooñu peaceful yi ñu lañ def léegi barki démba nag ñi nga fekk ñu toog te téyewuñ dara defuñ dara téyewuñ xeer téyewuñ banta téyewuñ fetel téyewuñ dara yéen ngeen enu leen jaay leen doole léegi yéen lan ngeen mën a wax gis nga Omar dama am lu ma bëgg a wax si affaire protest yi nii affaire peaceful march yi nii gis nga ever since man bu ma xamee suma boppa ba léegi ma gëm ne activiste la di bokk si protest yi di bokk si march yi di bokk si assembly peaceful assembly yi benn youth musu ta door violent police Gambia ñoo bëgg a violent benn youth musu koo door ñoom ñoo ko dee door suñ paree ñu jël affaire bi teg ko suñ kaw bileem ñu accuse ñu ne ñun ñoo ko def waaye gis nga Gambien si man dama xam youth si Omar gis nga youth si boo leen laalutee duñ la laal dañoo def seen business pare dem seen yoon waaye Gambia police ñoom dañoo gis ne crowd bi bari na rek mënuñoo handle situation bi rek ñu jàppa di jàpp tear gas gis nga de moment gis nga youth si Gambia am na loo xam ne Omar yi nga yut si Gambia da moment nga door di ko violate right am rek dafa fippu because daf dee ñik daf dee bañ yut si Gambia bañkat la bu ko ku leen dee jaay doole te yut te police Gambia loolu lañ dee def gisuloo tey ba si suba ñu ngee bañ waaye ñoom xeexuñ ak police de puus nañ ba yàq nañ seen ñetti groupe line yu police def yëpp pour gars yi duñ romba waaye xale yi defuñ benn violence gis nga fekk police ak defuñ action rek xale yi duñ def action pour xeex ak police ñoom ñoo def unité ñii mun nañoo def lu ñoo def tey ba ëllëg ba gannaaw ëllëg 100 years te xale yi soo leen laalutee duñ la laal soo leen laalutee duñ la laal ci Omar xam naa wut si Gambia dañ war a bàyyi seen yëf yéen ñeneen ñi dañ war a bàyyi seen yëf yi naa feexa yi yéen da ngeen def lu bon ba pare nga pare ngeen bëgg a ñëw ne di ngeen négocier loo leen di négocier taat lan bàyyi leen yu si ngeen génneen loolu rek lañ leen laaj nekkul lu ëppa mu jaral ne bi life am nekk in danger right now di ko fingerprint forward kañ na nguur
because we loolu lañ dégg because of they want to take Ibrahima Jallow's fingerprint and he was malhandled there or something. So this is what everybody is writing. If anything happens to him, Barrow will be responsible. Gambia Police Force, Siri Toure, you serve in Liberia, you should know better. So this is very simple. But because when they don't have respect for human beings, Nyune, release this thing. If you had released the deputy IGP, I'm the IGP Dofut. Parce que mom su demee tey foofu noonu luñ ko teg am na so moo tax moom he's away and he sent the deputy IGP or some officials from the police department almost 72 hours now since when
some of the NPP ñu fa de yaa nga war a bàyyi
I don't understand those youth that youth advisor in NPP doesn't even know his role
kii ni Seen Moussa Seen xaw ma naka Seen moom tamit mu fa ku dee nekk Africa
so who is going to listen to those people?
Who? Loolu lay laajte who? Te gis nga this National Youth Council. Te Omar leen laa bëgg a yokk si wax bi gis nga Gambian youth should be very careful with the National Youth Council. Démba ñoom gars yi NPP ñoo nekkoon National Youth Council de ñu ne ñu ngi négocier ak xale yi de gisuloo ban government official moo fa nekk Bakary Badji ñëwoon na. The Minister of Health the Minister of Youth. Gis nga Minister of Interior bi nga xam ne moo taxaw di ñu traité ndax kooku ñëw na wax ak gars yi
no
léegi yow léegi nu mu tudd IGP wala député déeba gis nga ko gisuloo ko ba tey ñu ne ñoom dinañ taxaw pour ñëw négocier lan ngeen di négocier bàyyi leen ñii ci dara ñu dañ def démba su fekkee ne ñoom dañ bëgg a wax ne ay affaire yi break loo wala dañ génn a dem protest ñi def démba ak tey ñooñu lañ waroon a jàpp ba xool dañ leen waroon a jàpp ñooñu luñ def barki démba ñu ne defuñ ko
Definitely, what is at stake now, so they know what is at stake.
It's
so
sad.
I'm gonna end here. For the meantime, I think we will come back again because I have to get some updates somewhere. We will come back again and give more updates. So then we can have more people on that.